Look at the world closely and you will see the divide. Not between rich and poor, not between strong and weak, but between those who fear God and those who fear discomfort. Most men are asleep, lulled into submission by pleasure, noise, and ease. They pray for blessings but flee the burden that produces them. Scripture never promised comfort. It promised transformation. God does not blend His chosen into the crowd. He separates them. If you feel isolated, misunderstood, or pressed on every side, understand this. Separation is the first mark of calling. The wheat is not gathered until it is cut away from the chaff. And God is cutting. Every man God used in Scripture was broken before he was built. Joseph was betrayed before he ruled. David was hunted before he was crowned. Jesus was crucified before he was glorified. The fire you walk through is not accidental. God does not waste suffering. He uses it to burn away arrogance, entitlement, and weakness. You ask why life feels heavy, because God is increasing your capacity. Steel is not forged by kindness. Faith is not formed by ease. The furnace reveals what prayer alone cannot, and God stays closest to those He refines the hardest. Scripture says the flesh must die so the spirit can live. Yet most men negotiate with their weakness instead of crucifying it. They tolerate habits God is calling them to kill. They protect sins Christ already died to destroy. This is where transformation becomes violent, not toward others, but toward the self. The old man resists surrender. He clings to comfort. He whispers excuses. But obedience demands sacrifice. You cannot carry the cross and your old life at the same time. One must fall. And God will wait as long as it takes. But He will not lower the standard. The world calls discipline extreme. God calls it faithful. A disciplined man is not driven by emotion, but by conviction. He rises when others sleep. He guards his eyes, his words, his thoughts, not to impress men, but to honor God. Discipline is prayer in motion. It is worship expressed through action. When temptation comes, and it always does, the disciplined man does not rely on willpower. He relies on preparation. He understands that obedience today prevents regret tomorrow. God entrusts authority only to those who can govern themselves. One day, the fire will release you. The silence will end. And what remains will not be what entered. You will stand with scars, but not shame, with strength, but not pride, with authority, but under God. The world will call you intense, unrelatable, too rigid. Let them. Noah looked foolish until the rain came. The approval of man fades. The favor of God endures. You were not created to be liked. You were created to be faithful. Stand firm. Carry the cross. Endure the fire. Because God does not anoint boys, He forges men.